Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to our live coverage of the WTBA World Championships here on Bowl TV. About to get started with the women's team gold medal match, Team USA versus Korea. I'm Lucas Wiseman of USBC. Neil Stremmel will join us in just a moment, as we will call the action here for the team gold medal match in the women's division. The men's gold medal match between Team USA and Finland will be following this match. Team USA had the choice of pattern in this match, and they picked the medium pattern to bowl on. And Neil joins us now. Good afternoon, Neil.
Hello.
See that Team USA picked the medium pattern, and I don't think there was anybody in the building who was surprised by this.
Yes, in fact, I went up to head coach Rod Ross and said, "So you turned in short pattern this morning?" And he gave me a cross-eyed look. I think I scared him.
Well, Korea's looked pretty good on both patterns, so they probably won't be too disappointed by bowling on the medium. Oh, a little late fall on the 9-pin for Rue. As Korea starts off with a strike, Team USA by far has been better on the medium pattern than the short.
Yes, they dominated on the medium pattern in the second day of qualifying. They did not score very well on the short.
Stephanie starts with a 6-10, and Team USA got off to a slow start yesterday in the semifinal win on the medium pattern, but had enough to get past Venezuela. They'll need to have a little bit of a better start against Korea, because should expect that Korea will put up a good score in this match. Very experienced squad on both sides.
Yes, and they shot close to 1,100 on this pattern yesterday in the semifinals as well against Malaysia. So they have two quick strikes. Stephanie looking to convert the first spare for Team USA.
And no problem on the spare for Stephanie. While we wait for the next shot, we would ask that you please get on Facebook and Twitter and let everybody know that we are live here at the World Championships. This is the last day of competition at the World Championships, so this is the last women's medal to be determined. And please send your friends to bowl.com/world2013 to watch the live coverage. You can also retweet or share us on Facebook or Twitter and let everybody know that way. Korea off to a great start with 3 consecutive strikes.
Yeah, they're definitely putting pressure on Team USA right off the bat.
And this is a one-game match, by the way, for those of you who may just be tuning in for the first time and haven't watched the last couple of weeks. But all 5 players for each team will bowl a full game, and the team total will determine the winning team. As Missy starts with a 10-pin in the first.
Yeah, Missy bowled a fantastic game yesterday on this pattern to lead Team USA against Venezuela. She put that ball right in the pocket, leaves a 10-pin right off the bat. So Korea with the first 4 strikes as a team, definitely putting the pressure on Team USA. And their anchor bowler coming up next has been fantastic all week long. Masters gold medalist.
So just getting started here in the first frame. Missy Parkin with a spare. This is going to be a long match. It's going to take over an hour and 15 minutes to bowl probably. And my guess would be that this match will probably be pretty close all the way through. Both of these teams very experienced, and a lot of world champions between these two teams for sure.
That is correct.
Sun Yun Hee just won the Masters this morning. Her husband won the Masters for the men, and she starts with a pocket 7-10 split.
Yeah, that's a very bad break for Korea. It was a pretty good shot.
Shannon O'Keefe pulls it and leaves a split. Team USA off to a little bit of a slow start here.
Couple of spares, no strikes. She really needs to cover that.
So Korea goes 4 for 5 in the first frame in terms of strikes. And I guess we'll find out pretty quickly if the Koreans are going to jump out to a big lead or not as Shannon makes the spare, because with the Koreans working on 4 strikes, they're going to have an opportunity to put 4 early doubles on the board, and that could set the tone for this match.
Yeah, they could jump out to a pretty big lead if first 4 bowlers strike again in the second. USA needs to get some strikes on the board to
Kelly
have a
and
chance.
Liz really struggled in the semifinal yesterday, bowling in the 160s. So they are going to need to bowl more than 160 in this game, I think, for Team USA to have a chance.
Definitely. Kelly playing pretty deep already. But who am I to argue with that strike?
She got the strike. Maybe a different game plan after what happened yesterday, not sure. But generally, the women and the men have played pretty far right on the medium pattern.
Yep, they have. They've played it closer to a short. It's 38 feet, so it's considered a medium pattern by WTBA standards, but it's definitely on the shorter side. WTBA pattern called Seoul.
How appropriate.
Named after Seoul, Korea, the Olympics in Seoul, Korea.
Liz, you can see Liz playing much further right than Kelly, and Messenger misses.
Yeah, she threw a couple pins over there, and neither of them could get the 10 out. Yeah, Liz is much further right. I figure her game plan's got to be different from Kelly's. Kelly's looking to be deeper, apparently. Liz is still pretty close to where she was yesterday.
So all marks that frame for Team USA, but 4 spares, 1 strike. Korea 4 strikes, 1 open.
Yeah, so technically you could say Team USA is leading at this point, but
yep. Not a lot to build on though, for Team USA.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
Stephanie stepping up on the right lane for her second frame. It's not going to make it.
And the 2-pin wobbles but doesn't go down, so
that's about where she finished yesterday, and that ball was coming back at the end of the match yesterday, but she gave that a little too much room, and at the end of the game yesterday it was making it back. But she left this split yesterday, if I recall, and covered it.
She did. She made it. That is correct. Well, let's see if Rue can put an early double on the board and put some pressure on Team USA. That's left.
And almost struck.
Yeah, looked like it might carry for a second there, but leaves the 6-pin.
Well, they had a bad break with the pocket 710. That would have been a good break for a double. You see how Stephanie comes at this from the right side. That's not going to get it, though.
Missed a couple of boards to the right. Ball hit right on the 2-pin instead of to the left side of the 2-pin. Men's gold medal match will follow immediately after this, so stay tuned for that. Team USA versus Finland.
Yep, lanes are already oiled and ready to go.
Yeah,
so
it's scheduled to start.
Transition.
I think it's scheduled to start at 2:30, which is in an hour and 35 minutes, which is probably going to be pretty close to when they get going.
Yeah, there'll be 15 minutes of practice for both teams, and then we'll start.
Well, Missy Parkin, second frame, working on a spare. Even game right now, but still very early. Oh boy,
Ouch.
Missy with a 4-6, 9-10 split. She bowled so good in the semifinal yesterday. Really carried Team USA to the win by bowling 260, and also a little bit of a rough start here in this game, this gold medal match.
Yeah, and it was Stephanie that helped push as well with the 220, and they both have splits and most likely both opens in the second frame already.
Lee can give Korea a double, and there's our first double of the gold medal match. Comes from Lee Na-young of Korea. The Koreans now have the lead.
Oh,
look at that. Pretty close. Had the 7-pin actually been there, it might have had a shot to get it, but that's a very, very hard split to make.
yeah. Yeah, we had a double much quicker today than yesterday in the Team USA match.
Yes, for sure.
It was about
much
the 5th
slower.
or 6th frame for one of the teams to double yesterday.
And let's see if Kim Moon Young from Korea can get one, and she does. So Korea putting some early pressure on Team USA here.
I would say up by 30 at this point.
And that's a lot, considering we've only bowled a frame and a half.
Yeah.
Shannon O'Keefe leaves a 9-pin.
Just a tad high. That was a good shot.
I've seen a lot of 9-pins here for some reason. Not sure why. I've seen a lot of 9-pins this week. The difference between the men and the women, though, the men tend to have something fly behind it and take it out, and the women, it always seems to miss. I don't know why, but it's unfortunate because it wasn't that bad of a shot.
Yeah.
Just missed by a tiny bit. Leave that 9-pin. Another double for Korea. Hey, this is an experienced Korean squad.
Uh-oh. She's stuck on that one, but still good enough to cover it. So Kelly with the lone chance for a double for Team USA. Sun Yun Hee will step up first.
It's been a really good start for Korea and a not so good start for Team USA. Yeah, Sun Yun Hee with a miss to the right of the head pin.
She's not happy with that shot. You don't usually see them linger at the line after any kind of a shot. So she's either confused or upset.
Kelly with a chance for a double for Team USA, and she leaves a split.
Again, too much room. Gave it too much room, wasn't going to come back. That ball might come back late in the match, but it's not going to come back at this point. 2-8-10, third difficult split for Team USA in this frame. Sun covers that spare. They had 5 marks, including 3 doubles in that frame, where Team USA is looking at its third open in this frame. That's 60 pins right there.
Yeah, it's not been a good frame for Team USA, and it's been a pretty good frame for Korea. And the Americans don't want to get too far behind because Korea is so good at keeping the pressure on.
Yeah, you won't see too many open frame mistakes from Korea in a game like this. You're gonna have to come back and get it. Liz much further right, much more direct, but still high.
You can follow the live scoring if you want to see the frame-by-frame results for yourself at bowl.com/world2013. Got the link for you right there. Well, after 2 frames, it's about a 62-pin lead for Korea.
Yeah, I got about 60 pins. I agree. That's a huge lead in the second frame.
It is, and the advantage for the Koreans is that they have an opportunity to build on the lead. Team USA has no opportunity to cut into the lead without some help from Korea, because Team USA not working on any strikes at this point. Good shot by Rue.
She's laying the ball down just a little further right than anybody on Team USA, and I wonder if they just have a better angle at this point. Stephanie stepping up with some serious pressure to come through here. Oh, and that was a very nice shot. Solid 10 pin. Quick wrap around.
Here's a chance for Korea to establish some early dominance in this match. Well, Messenger comes in front of the 10.
That eliminates one turkey opportunity, and they still have two more. Stephanie covering her 10 pin on lane 53. Missy Parkin will step up next. Before that, Korea will attempt to cover their 10 pin. Very smooth, right on the money.
Yeah, the Koreans don't miss very many spares,
No.
it seems like. Single pins for sure. They tend to make almost all of them. The spare percentage has to be pretty high for Korea on single pins.
Missy in the third frame. Very nice shot.
So a strike for Team USA in the third. Unfortunately, doesn't help them cut into the deficit at all.
Yeah, Missy's first frame on lane 53 was a very nice shot. She didn't carry this time. She carried.
Korea still leading by about 60 pins. It can go to 70 with a strike here. And Kim delivers.
Front three for Kim. Putting even more pressure on Team USA, putting them up by about 70 pins at this point, very early in the match. And we have Shannon, who went high on that lane last time, puts it right in the pocket. She learned quickly. Very nice shot. Now we have Young Da Woon stepping up for Korea in the third frame.
Did she bowl yesterday in the semifinal? I would need to look. She starts with the front three. And that pushes the lead to 80. Kelly Kulik up.
Neither. Here we go.
Neil's having some problems with his headphone.
Oh, now it's out again.
Kelly.
Oh my
wow.
goodness.
How did that not strike?
I have not seen that happen in quite some time.
The pin was spinning around for a second there, and
It
then
was-
it just stayed up.
It was virtually over. As Bo Burton would say, that was beyond 11 degrees and should have fallen.
That pin definitely looked like it should have fallen for Kelly. Here's Sun in the third. That's a great strike.
Yeah, she gets going. She's hard to stop as well. She's been on fire all week, or 2 weeks actually. Competition's been going on for a few weeks now. Down to the final medal for the women. Kelly has to hit that 9-pin one more time to finally get it to fall.
She definitely hit it on the first shot, that's for sure, and
Yeah.
it didn't want to go for her.
I think she took it down twice, or hit it twice, and just didn't take it down. Liz needs to get on the striking bandwagon. She's taking a re-rack on 53. Still looking at about up to 70 to 80 pin lead for Korea through 3 frames.
The Koreans threw 4 strikes in the first frame, 3 strikes in the second frame, and 4 strikes in the third. And if they continue on that pace, they will win easily.
Yeah, at this point, it'll be very difficult to catch up. Liz threw a very nice ball there, left a 10 pin. Needs to cover that and move on. And she does. See who steps up here first in the 4th frame, if it'll be Rue or Stephanie. Looks like it's Korea. Rue sitting on a strike, could double here. Holding on what I assume is Korea's favorite pattern, the Seoul pattern from WTBA. 38 feet. The other pattern they bowled on was Sydney, which is 33 feet. They bowled well on that pattern this week as well. That looks a little high. And
That leaves a 9-pin.
leaves the 9-pin.
No double flare for Rue. Korea leading by about 80 pins or so after 3 frames.
Stephanie gave it a little too much room on this lane last time. See if she gets it a little more direct. Didn't swing it out quite as far to the right, and came back nicely, but still a little late into the pocket, leaving the 10-pin. Rue about to cover the 9-pin. Looks good. That's what practice will do for you. I think they practice about 6 hours a day prior to any kind of world championships. For about 2 months, they'll practice 6 hours a day every day.
There's no doubt the Koreans are very dedicated to the sport and spend a lot of time training and are very, very, very good. They have very straight arm swings. They're all, I mean, it's all almost perfect stuff going on there.
Yeah.
From a technical, physical standpoint, it's all pretty solid for the Koreans.
Yeah, they've spent so much time practicing and working on their swing and their game in general that missing a spare is a rarity. They do have a little more variety this year on both the men's and the women's teams than they've had in the past. They've had some changes in their structure, and that's allowed a few different options.
Well, Lee with a strike in the 4th. And things continuing to go well for Korea. Missy Parkin will have a chance for Team USA to cut into the Korean lead here if she can throw a double. Team USA needs to put some strikes on the board, or Korea is going to start to continue to pull away from them, and Team USA does not want to fall into a big deficit in this match. It's too hard to come back from. There's a double.
This is about where Missy started striking yesterday, and if she can continue as she did yesterday, that'll be a big help to cut into that lead for Team USA.
I think it's about a 70-pin lead for Korea right now, as we are halfway through the 4th.
That is correct. Kim looking for the front 4. Nice solid high strike. Carries front 4 for her. Young Da-woon has the chance to do the same on her next shot.
And yeah, she did bowl the semifinal yesterday. For some reason I was thinking she didn't, but she did. Shannon O'Keefe with a double. That keeps it at 70 because with
Kim Strike.
that kind of does even each other out. But if she can strike here, Korea can go up by 80 again, and there's nothing Team USA can do about it because Kelly and Liz are working on spares. Messenger takes out the 10 for the strike in the front four.
Wow.
I tell you, the Koreans are putting on a clinic so far early on here.
Yeah, the emotion after that strike is a little higher than they normally get, especially at this point in a match.
Yeah. It's easy to get excited about a Messenger coming across, taking out the 10.
Yeah. There's a good shot by Kelly. She struck on both lanes now. Now she just needs to put them together and keep it going.
Right now the lead is at 80 for Korea, and actually it can go to 90 if Sun strikes here.
Yeah, once again they had 4 strikes, and this could be 4 strikes again this frame, and at this rate it's going to be virtually impossible to catch up.
Yeah, certainly if they continue at this pace it would be. Sun with another strike, and that pushes the lead to 90. And the Koreans are averaging 3.75 strikes per frame, so that's pretty good. That's hard to beat.
Good job on the math there,
Yeah, thank you very much. I think that's pretty close.
Yep.
And Liz Johnson with a big split.
She just hasn't got comfortable yesterday or today. And she's bowled well all week, so I'm not quite sure. And she's bowled under this kind of pressure many times.
Liz lost in the semifinal this morning in the Masters. And now trying to come back here and help Team USA to the gold in the team. And it's not looking real good. Korea is up by more than 100 after 4 frames. If you're just tuning in, you're watching our live coverage of the WTBA World Championships. Women's team final, gold medal match. I'm Lucas Wiseman. Neil Stremmel is our guest commentator. We have bowled 4 frames, and Korea has built a big lead after 4 frames of 100 pins.
Rue has struck on the right lane every time. If she could do anything on the left lane, she'd be adding to the lead for Korea. So right now she's got a Dutch 200 going, and the rest of the team is stringing the strikes. Stephanie has yet to strike this game.
And it's the 5th frame. She's working on a spare. And Messenger.
And Messenger.
There it is. And Stephanie's on the board with a strike in the 5th.
That's what she needed. She's a little trouble kicking that 10 out. Lee working on a strike.
Chance to extend the lead here for Korea. And a 10 pin. So that'll give Missy Parkin an opportunity to cut the deficit a bit here if she can strike in the 5th for her 3rd consecutive strike. I think Team USA desperately needs a strike out of her and Shannon O'Keefe for these next couple of shots to hang in there.
Yeah, Shannon finished strong yesterday, so maybe she's back on top of it right here. Missy started stringing them right about here yesterday as well.
Oh, and a big split for Missy, a 4-6-7.
instead of cutting into the lead, she will most likely be giving more pins away.
So an open frame from Missy. Team USA falls even further behind now. You just get the vibe that it's not looking promising for Team USA.
Yeah, it's quiet in the building right now. They need to get something going, something to cheer about.
And if the Koreans can go strike, strike, strike here out of their next 3 players, that would set a real... Yep, there we go. Setting the tone again. Front 5 for Kim. And they are just on a roll right now.
And another 10 pin for Team USA.
You can just see this thing slipping away from Team USA with every strike that Korea throws.
Yeah, they had vaulted into the #1 position with a huge day on this pattern.
And a little high on that one. 9 pin for Jung in the 5th. So that ends her string of strikes. Shannon makes her spare.
Kelly with a chance to step up and double here and cut into that lead a little bit as well. But we need more than 2 or 3 strikes per frame from Team USA. And that's what we've been getting, and Korea's been getting 3 or 4. Jung with easy conversion on the 9 pin for Korea. Kelly steps up for Team USA.
And Team USA desperately needing a strike here. And they get it. Team USA won the gold medal in 2011 by defeating Singapore in the gold medal match. And in 2009 here in Las Vegas, they lost to Korea in the gold medal match, 1175 to 1071. And this is sort of shaping up eerily similar to that.
Yes, it is. That's about the pace we're at, if not a little lower.
If not a little lower, correct. At least lower for, lower for both teams probably.
Yeah.
There's another strike for Sun Yun-hee and another frame where the Koreans throw at least 3 strikes.
Yeah, 3 strikes, 9 pin, 10 pin. They're right in the pocket.
They've thrown 18 strikes in 5 frames.
USA is going high, light, and then when they do hit the pocket, they leave a 10 pin, or Kelly's 9 pin was pretty brutal. But just too many mistakes on the splits. This is the second split this frame, second split in a row for Liz. Missy and Kelly and Stephanie have each split at some point this match.
Yeah, and I've got it at about 130 pin lead for Korea at this point after 5 frames.
Yep.
You never know how a match is going to flip, though. I mean, sometimes you see these matches flip, and the team that bowled bad in the first half of the game turns it around and starts striking, and the team that bowled good in the beginning of the game hits some transition, and it starts going the other way. So you can never tell with still 5 frames left how it's going to turn out. And take a look at the scoreboard now. You can see exactly what we're talking about. Korea really in the driver's seat after 5 frames, and at this point, it's easy to say that this is Korea's title to lose at this point.
Yeah, if they can just continue to strike at a decent rate, cover their spares, which they always seem to do, it's going to be very difficult to catch them, even with several strings of strikes from Team USA.
And another double on the board. This time it's Rue with the strike.
Yeah, that ball looked done at about 45 feet down the lane, but it's still rolled into the pocket and carried. Stephanie with a chance for her first double of the match.
Haven't been many doubles for Team USA as compared to the Koreans, and Stephanie gets one there.
That ball came back very nicely, and she can continue to get that ball reaction. She'll have a good chance to string a few.
I think that if Team USA is going to have a chance to come back, they're going to need to average at least 4 strikes a frame the rest of the way.
Agreed.
They've got to make up a lot of ground. The men's team gold medal match will be coming up right after this one ends, as Lee strikes in the 6th. So make sure that you stick around for that. It's going to be Team USA versus Finland, which is a rematch of the gold medal match from the last World Championships 3 years ago, and it was perhaps the best 5-player team match I've ever seen. One of the. It was very exciting, and we expect that it will be very close this afternoon as well, so be sure to tune in for that right after we get done here with this one. Missy Parkins, 6th frame, trying to come back from the split. Better shot for Missy.
Starting to hear a little bit from the crowd here, which is great. Team USA with a couple of strikes to start off the 6th. Thing is, Korea has done the same thing.
That's right. As long as Korea keeps striking, it won't matter what Team USA does. Here's Kim with the front 5.
That looked a little slow.
Oh, look at the break. Gets the 4-9 out. It was in, and it was a little slow, and it still struck.
Yeah.
Those are the kind of breaks you get when things are going your way. Right now, everything's going Korea's way. Strike for Shannon in the 6th.
Except for the first frame, Shannon's hit the pocket every ball, but only has one double to show for it. Jung will step up on lane 53, and she has 4 out of 5 strikes thus far.
That one's a little high. Lucky to break up the split, leave just the 10. But again, Korea maintaining that pace of 3 or 4 strikes every frame. They've already got 3 this frame.
Yep.
And you know, when you have a team that's throwing that many strikes, it's really hard to keep pace with that. And Team USA desperately needing a strike from Kelly Kulik right here. There it is.
3 in a row for Kelly.
Yeah, Team USA is trying to get that spark. Kelly's trying to fire him up and get him back in this thing. I think that you don't have to have a math degree to look at the scoreboard and realize that Team USA needs to throw a lot of strikes to get back in this match. So you can tell from that the intensity level has gone up a notch for Team USA here as they try to kind of get themselves back in it, and they really need Liz to get something going. She only has 72 in the 5th. See from that replay from Kelly, it was a great shot. Good reaction out of her after that strike. And it is delivering the strike. So for the first time in this game, Team USA, all 5 players strike in the same frame.
You got to see if that affects Korea at all. Sun Yun Hee has the last 3 in a row. This would be 4 in a row, and could shut down any momentum Team USA may have.
Yeah, before that frame, Team USA had only 3 players strike once in the same frame, and Korea has done it 3 or more strikes every frame. Sun Yun Hee continues the momentum, and while Team USA all threw strikes that frame, Korea threw 4 out of 5 and continued 3 strings of strikes. So they actually extended their lead in that frame, even though Team USA went 5 for 5.
Yep, this is the chance for Team USA now to make the move, having all 5 strikes last frame. Gives them the chance to actually make up some ground.
I've got a 152 pin lead for Korea right now. So they increased it by 20 that frame, and Team USA doesn't just need to throw strikes, they need Korea to not throw strikes in this frame. Because if Korea continues to string strikes, it's almost impossible for Team USA to catch them. Rue.
That looks high.
Yeah, 3-6-9-10. It's a very difficult spare leave right there.
And we talked about the spare conversion percentage of Korea. We'll see how Rue can do with that difficult spare. She's looking at her coach now for some guidance.
So a critical moment for Team USA is they have an opportunity now to make up some pins after that leave by Korea. And Stephanie leaves a 10 pin on a pretty good shot.
She had 2 in a row. Needed to keep that momentum going for Team USA, but
I think that was a good shot by Stephanie. It wasn't a great shot. I don't think it was right where she wanted it to be, but it was in the neighborhood. It was pretty close.
yeah.
Well, big spare attempt here for Rue. This is a difficult one. 3-6-9-10, not easy on any pattern, let alone a sport pattern.
It almost looks like she's just going to make sure she gets count.
Let's see.
She's not hooking it at that.
Well, she chops it. So she gets the 3 pins of count there. And if Stephanie makes this spare, Team USA's lead or deficit will actually decrease a little bit. About 10 pins or so. Looks like it's around 140 pins or so is the lead for Korea right now.
Yep, with just under 3 frames to go. Make that 4. Top of the 7th.
Lee trying to put a double on the board to extend the Korean lead. There she goes. She got it. See that 6 pin wrap right around the 10, but caught enough of the 10 pin to get it out for the strike and the double, and puts the lead back over 150 for Korea. Men's team gold medal match, Team USA versus Finland, will be coming up after this match ends. Stay tuned for that. Missy Parkin looking for a double for Team USA. And she got it. Looked like that 7 was going to give her a little heart stop right there for a minute, but it goes down for the strike.
Yeah, that was almost reminiscent of Kelly's 9 pin a couple of frames ago on that same lane. Kim of Korea steps up with the front 6. See if she can continue to lead this team on.
And she does. Front 7 now for Kim Moon-jung. She is really leading the way here in this Korean effort. Shannon O'Keefe trying to match it, and it's a big 4, and it's big trouble for Team USA. And that might be the moment where we say that, it was over.
Yeah, looking back, they had all 5 strikes in the 6th frame. Not taking advantage of that and looking like an open. 10
We're in 10. At this point, Korea, the way things are going, spares are fine.
Yeah,
for
definitely.
Korea. I mean, 10 pins are fine.
Keep it close to the pocket and cover the spares, which both of which they're very good at.
Take a strike occasionally, and
Yep.
Korea should be fine at this rate. I mean, it's certainly not over yet, but it's getting awfully hard to find a scenario where Team USA can win this without a colossal failure by Korea in the final 3 frames.
Yes.
The Koreans just don't do that. We're not used to seeing them do something like that. So that's why we say it's hard to see a scenario where Team USA wins this, because the Koreans tend to finish things off.
Yeah, they usually step on the gas right about now. Team USA has the ability to step on the gas as well, but
Kelly with a triple. Actually 4 in a row for her now.
If Liz can strike here, that'll be 3 doubles this frame, but the open has cost them as well.
Yeah, but if Sun Yun Hee strikes here, it's also 3 doubles for Korea. So it just
with an open, and you just end up
haven't really done anything.
Lost the frame
exactly.
of a chance to catch up.
Another frame goes by without any movement in the total score, and that's good news for Korea. Another strike.
And she does. So
just does it so well.
Yeah. Liz needs to strike to.
I
don't know where that came from.
I'm not sure how the 7 went backwards on that, but it's a strike for Liz, and so it keeps a double on the board for Team USA. But still a 150-pin lead for Korea after 7 frames. Exactly 150. Pretty easy to figure out when they all have the same amount of doubles, opens, and spares on the board going into the next frame. Each team working with at least 3 doubles. So Team USA needs to make up, on average, about 50 pins a frame here to come back, and that's 10 pins a player. That's a lot.
Yeah, and basically 10 a player, so that requires no doubles and or opens out of Korea, and I don't see that happening.
7 pin. She's working on an open, so spare doesn't really cause them any problems at all. I mean, my opinion, Neil, is that Team USA needs to virtually strike out the rest of the way to have a legit shot here. They really can't afford many more misses.
Definitely can't afford any opens.
Here's Missy in the 8th working on a double. Gets the strike.
There was a random noise from the crowd.
Yeah, I'm not sure where it came from.
In the middle of Missy's backswing, but half of the crowd was not happy with whoever that was or wherever that came from.
Shannon O'Keefe, she gets a strike in the 8th. These strikes are great, but they won't mean a whole lot if Korea throws a couple more.
Yeah, so once again on the right lane we're stringing strikes, but haven't managed to do that on the left lane. Not enough anyways.
All right, here goes Lee Na-young looking for 3 in a row, 8th frame. Can the Koreans keep on the pressure? Yes, they can. 3 in a row. They're just not letting up.
Yes, and Korean, the next bowler for Korea is Kim, who has the front 7, hasn't missed yet. Kelly needs to keep this going for Team USA.
Kelly working on 4 strikes in a row here in the 8th. Gets another one.
Yes.
5 in a row for her.
Kelly.
Yep. Let's see if Kim Moon Young can keep it going here with the front 7. Looks pretty good. Oh, ring 10. It was a good shot. It was better than her last shot on that lane.
Yeah,
She
that
went
was
high.
yeah, that was a unique carry on that last shot on that lane, but this being a better shot leaves the 10 pin.
Was Johnson. Final shot of the 8th frame. Gets the strike. All of the Team USA members strike in that frame.
Yep, 3 doubles.
So they've made
5
up a little
strikes.
bit of ground here. How much ground in this frame will be determined because Korea still has 2 bowlers to go.
Spare for Kim Moon Young. She's on a 279 pace. Jung will step up. She's just on a spare, but spares at this point are big fills.
And if Jung and Sun don't strike on these next 2 shots, it'd be the first frame where Korea hadn't thrown at least 3 strikes in a frame.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens here.
Oh, another
Leaving
pin out
just
of
the 7 pin on that.
They've had a few high shots on that lane that have worked out well for them.
Well, it seems like the Korean scoring pace is starting to slow down just a little bit.
But at this point, filling frames is
Yeah.
all they really need to do.
Filling frames is looking pretty good so far.
Barring a complete strikeout
Yeah,
by Team USA in the 9th and the 10th.
which they certainly are capable of.
And they will finish on the right lane, a lane that they've done very well on every frame. Sun has, I don't know, several in a row here. Can't see how many at this point, but she doubles. That all that means is Team USA only made up 10 pins, and it's just too little time left for that to matter.
So a big shot here for Sun Yun Hee in the 8th, working on a string of strikes.
Very smooth.
Pretty solid game she's got for sure. Been real impressed with the way she's bowled this tournament.
Agreed.
She's really helping to carry the team with that strike right there to keep the string alive. And
Stephanie left the 10 pin on this lane last shot, working on a strike.
so it's a 138 pin lead for Korea right now with 2 frames to go. Stephanie with a double. So that'll cut it to 128. So Team USA, you feel like Team USA's finally got the ball rolling downhill here and going the right direction and gaining the momentum, but is it too little too late is the question. And maybe not. A big 4 for Korea in the 9th. These are the kind of things they need to avoid in these final 2 frames.
Yeah, they need to make up at least 60 pins a frame, which is all doubles and an open from Korea, and at this point that's possible.
Missy Park in 9th frame working on 3 in a row. Team USA desperately needing all strikes here in the 9th frame. Pulled it.
Yep.
Leaves the 6-10. So a missed opportunity there for you.
Still about 116 pin lead for Korea in the middle of the 9th frame.
Oh, Missy just barely covers that one. She puts a big smile on her face like she always does, and she'll take that. But absolutely critical that Team USA throw strikes from O'Keefe, Kulik, and Johnson if they want to have any chance. And if Korea puts a few strikes on the board here in this 9th frame, it's going to be real tough for Team USA to mount the comeback. This is a big shot here for Lee, working on 3 in a row, 9th frame. She's had a little footwork problem, but doesn't seem to matter. Gets the strike for 4 in a row. Things just seem to be going Korea's way.
Yeah, they've thrown a lot of good shots, so that helps.
And there's a light 7 to O'Keefe. Men's team gold medal match coming up after this ends. Team USA versus Finland. Be sure to hang around and watch that. Kim Moon-young. Oh, trips out the 4 for the strike.
Shannon covers her 7th pin.
It sure seems like the Koreans are on their way to the title here.
Yeah, you can see the pressure seems to have released on virtually both teams. I think Team USA realizing where they're at, Korea realizing just fill frames, relax, and that helps you strike even more.
Ninth frame for Jung. Gets the strike.
Gets the strike.
So that's another strike for Korea here in the 9th. And Team USA with a couple of spares on the board. Don't really see a way that they're going to be able to come back from this. It looks like Korea is going to take the gold here in the women's team.
Team USA, the current reigning team champions, for at least another frame.
Yes. And then they'll have to wait 2 more years. There's a split for Kulik. I don't know that it really matters. It probably was over before that anyways, but if there was any doubt, now I think that doubt is gone.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure what time the men's gold medal match will start. It is scheduled for 2:15 for warm-up. It probably should be pretty close to that, I would assume.
Yeah, we'll be right on time with that.
I mean, if anything, they would start a few minutes early, but I think that it'll be pretty close to that. So 2:30, I would say, is a good time when we're going to start.
Sun leaves the 10 pin for her first miss in
perfectly fine.
Several frames. She covers it. No harm, no foul.
Well, certainly Kelly's going to go for the split here. Got a chance. Just missed by a little bit.
Sun Yun-hee covers the 10 pin. They still had 3 strikes that frame, while Team USA has 1, maybe 2. Depends on Liz's shot right now.
So if you want to watch Chris Barnes, Bill O'Neill, Tommy Jones, John Janowitz, John Cervinsky, Mike Fagan take on Finland and their two-handed phenom, Osku Palermo, be sure to stay tuned. It's going to be a classic, epic match in the men's gold medal match coming up next.
That'll be quite the reunion from 3 years ago.
the rematch of the last gold medal match in the World Championships for the men.
It'll be on the same pattern, the medium pattern. That's not going to quite make it back.
And we will alert you on Facebook and Twitter when that gold medal match for the men starts.
There's a strike for Rue in the 10th frame.
Yeah, this is all over. Just waiting on the final score. Koreans have already reached 1,000. So they're probably going to be over 1,100 this game. Team USA.
Looking at about 950, I would say.
Yeah, they struggle to get to 1,000 this game.
That's what makes this gold medal so difficult. You know, you get into the qualifying, you get into the top 4, and then after that it's a lot that can happen, a lot that has to go right, and very difficult to repeat. In fact, from a women's standpoint, I can't remember the last repeat we've had with Team USA getting silver. They've had 4 silvers and 1 gold in the last 5.
Yeah,
World
prior to winning
Championships.
a couple of years ago, Team USA had won the silver medal 3 times in a row. So they go silver, 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 gold, silver. It's a pretty good run.
Yeah, it's a pretty good run. Yeah, that means they're there every time, and it's something difficult to close out.
And this is going to be the finale for the Korean team, and they had a great tournament. I think they're going to be on top of the medal table with the most medals.
I haven't looked at that, but
in
yeah,
these championships. They got 6 this morning. So
6
in the
out of 8
Masters.
this morning. So that, and they're going to get a gold and a bronze, and the women's team and the men's team, respectively. So overall, still a very good day for Korea.
Yeah, definitely. Korea's had a heck of a tournament, as we have come to expect from them.
The strike for Lee, that's 5, 6, 7, 12 in a row, something like that. I'm not sure.
Well, with this gold medal, it looks like Korea will have added another one to their tally. Looks like
he finishes with a strike for a 195.
Looks like 5 gold medals for Korea, 4 silver, 4 bronze. And that's pretty dominating. Team USA 5 gold, 2 silver, 5 gold, 3 silver, 4 bronze.
With one more yet to be decided right after this match.
That's
for the
correct.
Well, Lee leaves that split, but she still will shoot 240 something. Shannon with a strike that gives her a chance for a 2-0 if she can throw another one.
So the United States and Korea both in double digits in the medal tally. The next closest would be 3 medals for Finland. They've got a bronze and a silver so far, and either a gold or a silver coming up. So no other country won more than 3, other than the United States and Korea. So they've really dominated this competition, this tournament.
It's a rivalry on both sides, male and female. And it's not the kind of rivalry that causes uproars or arguments. It's just a solid sportsmanship rivalry that they both respect each other and just always come out to do their best.
Well, I see that Team USA is bringing their bowling equipment out and looking like they will be ready to go on time. Haven't seen Finland yet. Oh, yep, Finland down on the high end of the bowling center. Down there chatting. I suppose it's possible if both teams are ready to go that they might start a few minutes early, but I doubt it. With the practice scheduled to start at 2:15, that's only about 20 minutes from now, so I would imagine they'll probably keep it pretty close to on time.
Yeah.
Which means that the first ball of competition should be around 2:30 in the men's gold medal team match, the finale of the World Championships. And then we get into the USBC Queens mode. That starts with qualifying on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll have live coverage for you here on bowl.com of the USBC Queens. So be sure to join us for that.
Yes, Lucas will stay in town.
I'll be back Monday night, so I'll be back for Tuesday and Wednesday, but Matt Cannizzaro will be doing the live streaming on Sunday and Monday, so you get to hear somebody else's voice for a couple of days.
Yeah, it's dry enough here. I think you're probably hoarse after these last 2 weeks.
Drink a lot of water. That's the secret to success. Well, Korea already over 1,100. They still have 2 bowlers to go. Team USA, Kelly Kulik with a double in the 10th. Team USA is going to be pretty close to 1,000 this game. Great performance by Korea, though, here in this gold medal match. Can't emphasize enough how impressively they have bowled here. Ru Soo-yeon struggled a bit with 184, but Lee Na-young had 246, and Kim Moon-young with 267. Jung Da-woon can finish with 226, and Sun Yun-hee can strike out for 248. So a fantastic performance by Korea.
Kelly finishes out her game with 3 in the 10th for 224. A couple of tough frames for her, though. Split in the 9th was ill-timed.
But Neil, you really could tell from the start that Korea set the tone early. Team USA struggled early, and I mean, that was about all she wrote. This thing was really decided quite early, I think, in terms of, you know, just the way things got started.
Yeah, they had a pretty significant lead in the second frame and just never looked back. Just kept building on it virtually every frame.
Yeah, the Koreans never let up. And certainly you would say that Korea deserved to win. They bowled a much better match than Team USA did.
Agreed. Every bowler, virtually every frame, you know, kept it close to the pocket and either struck or left a fairly simple spare. We only had a couple of splits out of Korea, one tough spare that they didn't convert. Every other easy spare was covered. Team USA didn't miss any easy spares either. They just had far more splits and far less strikes.
Well, 992 the final tally for Team USA. Nation 191, Parkin 195, O'Keefe 194, Kulik 224, and Johnson 188. And Team USA huddled up. Certainly they will be disappointed by this performance. But today, I think that they would all agree that they just got beat by the better team.
Yeah, when it comes down to one game like this, one team gets on a roll, there's too much momentum there, and that's what happened today. This was their pattern, Team USA's pattern. They bowled awesome on it 2 days ago in qualifying, won yesterday against Venezuela, and just couldn't do it today, couldn't pull away. They would have needed a huge game, though, to pull this out.
And here comes the clapping at the end. We'll do this for every last shot.
Sun Yun-hee about to shoot 238.
And Korea wins the gold medal in the women's team event. The most coveted world title in bowling. And Korea will take home the gold in dominating fashion against Team USA. The Koreans are all crying. And it's been a long week, and a lot of pressure just got relieved for them. And they got done what they came here to do, which was to win the team gold medal. And congratulations to Korea and also to the United States on a fantastic performance in taking the silver. Neil, thanks for sitting in. We're going to get geared up and ready to go for the men's team gold medal match. That should be coming up in about a half an hour. Neil, thanks for sitting in, and appreciate it. And again, congrats to Korea. They bowled great.
Yep. Excellent match. Thank you.
Thank you, Neil.
Bye.